Books have taught me things my school could never hope to. Their characters have been my teachers and guides. My sister and I even jokingly turned the Christian guideline, "What would Jesus do?" into "What would Legolas or Aragorn do?" when we fell in love with the Lord of the Rings. This is still a question I ask myself. When I'm unsure of how to proceed, I ask, what would Harry do? What would the Doctor do? It's much easier to know how a character would act. I learned their lessons with them, how to be brave, how to grieve, how to fight.
Her vivacious 4-year-old would visit her every day. Rohan would skip to her bedside, smile sweetly at her, and hold her hand. Every day, he told her he missed her. One day, he sidled up to me shyly and asked, "When is Mummy coming home?" I smiled and offered him a piece of candy. Because earlier that day, I had learned that Chanchala Dubey was diagnosed with stage 4 thyroid cancer. She was never coming home, and looking into Rohan's mischievous eyes, the truth hit me like a punch to the windpipe. I started talking to her, my broken Hindi improving day by day. She was lonely and welcomed my sympathetic ear. At the end of the day, she'd say, "Bye, dear," and she'd try to be awake when I came in to say good morning. This touched me.
I stare blankly at the computer screen in front of me as my brain tries to make sense of the convoluted tables and graphs. With a deep sigh of frustration, I close my laptop, grab my keys, and walk out of my house. Almost immediately, a cool California breeze greets me and carries away the endless stream of lab reports and essays. The leaves ruffle with their own musical riff, with the chirping of birds as accompaniment, creating the natural orchestra that greets me every day. I walk forward on the carefully manicured sidewalk and listen to nature's concerto unfold itself before me. The only other people in my neighborhood who took the daily walks I was so fond of were old grandparents visiting their children, trying to keep themselves fit and healthy despite their old age.
In order to develop this course, I would apply my knowledge and zeal from working as a research intern at the Children's Hospital Oakland Research Institute in the Pediatric Infectious Diseases Department, where I studied blood samples infected with the dengue virus and pneumococcal carriage serotypes. One aspect of Emory's innovative spirit that fascinates me is that there is no shortage of exceptional scientists who have dedicated their lives to pioneering breakthrough research in medicine.
Now, knitting has become like hitting pause on my life, a necessary anchor that gives me room to breathe amid the unending velocity of time. I mostly knit alone, listening to political philosophy lectures or Welcome to Night Vale. I use the time to recenter myself after a chaotic day or a week of finals. It clears my head so I can organize what I need to do, renewing my motivation to keep going when I feel overwhelmed. Knitting feels like progress happening in my hands.
So I began political campaigning. I knocked on hundreds of doors. Sometimes people calmly listened to me as I reiterated the reasons why my candidate was the best for the job. Other times, I saw them for 3 seconds before they closed the door. It was inevitable to come across a person that did not want to be pitched to. Whenever I do meet people that reject me, I never take it personally. I am patient and let them say whatever they want. I did not let myself get discouraged after rough days and kept at it. My resilience helped me keep campaigning long enough to see the fruit of my labor.
I frequently sat next to the 740 to 749 shelf, surrounded by towering bookcases, and scanned the numbers on the spines to ensure that they were in order. It was my shelf, and I was going to fix it up. Ownership goes beyond possession. It is an attitude. Although Tulipon's, a nature preserve I work at, is on public land, the plants and greenhouse there have become my own. Ownership is empowerment, being able to improve on a project and act with one's hands.
That's when he asked, "How do you spell your name?" "It's J-A-N-A-N-I, kind of like banana. B-A-N-A-N-A. You know, repeating letters." "Okay, hi, banana." "No, that's not what I meant." It was a lost cause. The rest of the year, my name changed from Janani to Banana. Kids would give me their mushed-up yellow fruits to symbolize the creation of my new name. The irony was that I didn't even like bananas.
These doors are not automatic, and the large glass panes make the doors heavier than they look. As the doors fall shut behind me, I am reminded that this is not the most hospitable of places. The outdoor space so small it could not fit 20 people shoulder to shoulder, and the benches are made of old wood that never quite loses the chill of rain. But in autumn, it is perfect. The wind bites as it is buffeted constantly inward by the ivy-covered fence, and the pages always flip the wrong way, but the weather is unapologetically real and truthful as I huddle deeper into my sweatshirt with a book on this bench under this tree, as always. Autumn hints at the cusp of change, and feeling that outside of the ruminations inside of my head makes me feel like anything is possible.
I'm neutral, a perfectly balanced 7, if you will. Why? Because no matter how I slice it, the activity that most suitably illustrates my personality is yoga, a balancing, neutralizing activity. And before I go any further, you would stand to benefit from my personal interpretations on what it means to be acidic and basic. To be acidic is to have the qualities of aggression and assertiveness coupled with an appetite for adventure. And to be basic is to be pacific, relaxed, and perhaps even lethargic. So why am I neutral? I strive for a constant balance of excitement that never strays too far into the realm of delirium, and tranquility that never dips into the depths of dreariness. I crave excitement in my life, and fulfill my acidic quotient through sports, basketball, tennis, mountain biking, and recently, even the daunted triathlon. And when it comes to relaxing, I know how to lounge on my sofa and read a good book, or unwind by channeling my culinary side in the kitchen.